Based upon your questions, some of you overthink and overcomplicate breathing and breath support, and it's really not that difficult. I have lots of videos on this, but today let's capsulize it, simplify it, and we will apply to a song in exercises. Let's get rid of the confusion once and for all. Welcome back to another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. 33 years of teaching voice, 45 years of studying voice, all different styles. My students have ranged from ultra beginners all the way through advanced touring professionals, voice teachers, choral directors, and competition winners. I always give you serious vocal technique made simple and fun. Okay, there are two parts to breathing for singing. First, there is inhalation, where we allow the air to come in. And then there is controlled exhalation, also known as breath support. Let's break it down. Inhalation. Remember, the body opens and we allow the air to come in. You only take in enough air for what you need to sing. So your lung volume depends upon what you are singing. And many of you are overly fixated about the diaphragm. I get messages like, how do I sing from my diaphragm? What do I do with the diaphragm? Remember, please, the diaphragm is a largely involuntary muscle that automatically descends when you breathe, whether you are singing or not singing. And as far as quote unquote singing from the diaphragm, there is actually no such thing. We can't sing from our diaphragm. That is a muscle of inhalation. But I know what people mean. It's a common phrase. I prefer my students to have a little bit more clarity around their descriptions. So while we don't want to take a nervous high breath like this, that just looks bad and is just going to make you tight, we also don't want to overfill. We don't want to take in too much air because that's going to make you tight too. And again, it depends on the line that you're singing. If I'm singing something that's short and closer to speech, well, then I only need about the same amount of air as if I were speaking. So what about this? Hello, hello, it's me, it's me. Right, if I overbreathe, hello, it's me, well, it doesn't sound right. That's not the way the song goes. And again, how much air do you need for one or two short beats? But if I get to the more dramatic and louder part of the song like this, hello from the outside, yes, that takes a bit more air. Or what if I have to take a catch breath like this? Someone asked me about the catch breath. Are you just taking new air on top of the old air? Well, if you're at the end of your phrase and you still have air left over and then you take a new breath on top of that, my friends, that's called stacking. Not good. And then I take another breath, I'm going to be super tight and I'm going to feel like I'm ready to pop. So remember what I said? You take in enough air for what you need to sing. When you're at the end of your phrase, if you have a lot of air left over, you either took in too much air or you didn't allow it to disperse freely. Okay, the next part of breathing is breath support, which is how we budget our outflow of air. It's controlled exhalation. And for most of you, this is what you need to focus on. Remember, it doesn't take a lot of air to sing. More importantly, it's how we budget the outflow of air. So here's the quick explanation, right? When we inhale, the body opens, the air comes in. And if we do nothing, then the body will quickly collapse. Yes, the diaphragm will come up quickly and we will be weak and out of breath. So what your job is as a singer in breath support is to control the escape of air. And how do we do that? Just real quick, it's a gentle feeling of engagement or lean in the midsection, upper and lower abdominals, ribs, back. And we keep the chest comfortably high and wide. Now remember again, please, how much breath support you need depends upon what you're singing. If I'm singing something, just one word, hello, then I don't really need to think about breath support. But if I'm singing a long line or something very dramatic where it's loud or something that has big jumps, I better be supporting properly. Otherwise, the tiny vocal muscles are going to take over and try to compensate. Hello from the outside. Firm support, firm sound. Now, most classical singing involves longer lines, plus we're not singing with a microphone, so it will generally take more breath support. Now, what if I didn't support? What if my approach was just too relaxed and floppy? Listen. You know what? I hear that a lot. Without proper support, the ribs automatically caved in and I felt weak and it was much harder to sing, and then I was out of breath, plus probably flat. Now I have some important videos for you to watch. First, how much air do you really need to sing? And then, how much breath support do you really need to sing? And then, watch my video on the catch breath. Okay, before we get into our exercises, if you still haven't gotten my audio exercise training program, Victoria's vocal exercise program, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's super affordable. It's for all different voice types, beginner through very advanced, and I give you practically hundreds of options for different vocal needs. I give you variable playback speed so you can challenge your breathing and breath support. Best of all, it's super affordable, and I do regular group classes with members, and I can help you. So see the link below and sign up right away. Are you ready to apply these principles to the 2 songs? Now, I don't care what style you sing, if you're a pop singer, if you're a classical singer, just try the songs as exercises and you can sing it in whatever style you want. So let's take the Adele song, Hello, okay? Hello. Can you do that just like you're talking to somebody on the phone? Hello. Great. Any more air than that, any more breath support than as if you were talking on the phone is too much and you're wasting your effort. Next, it's me. Here we go. It's me, simple. Okay, now we get to the dramatic line. I don't expect you to belt it if you don't want to, or if it's not something you're working on, and you don't have to do it in this key. Hello from the outside. Firmer breath support, engagement. If I didn't have firm breath support, this is what you would get. Listen. Hello from the outside. You see? I let go, and so the sound is lighter and it's pretty, but that's not the sound for the song, right? Okay, now let's go to Panis Angelicus. And again, you don't have to be a classical singer. You could just sing it on ah or mum or whatever you like. In fact, let's do it on bub so that we're not worried about the words, okay? Thing to remember, right, is breath support is always flexible. So even if I'm engaged and firm, I am still flexible. Let's do it again. Fingertips around the rib cage to make sure that your ribs are floating open and not locked. For more help, see my playlist on breathing for singing, inhalation, the basics, and also my playlist on breath support for singing, controlled exhalation, again, the basics. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.